I think everyone should ride their bicycle to a destination,
Okay.
from their home to a destination, or go park their car somewhere and ride to a destination. Because I think that it adds a whole new element to cycling, and it takes that workout exercise out of it. It becomes that joyful kid activity again.
So, what's on your bucket list? What have you put off? What have you put on that little post-it note and stuck somewhere, either on a mirror, on your refrigerator? Something you want to do, but you just haven't yet. And it doesn't have to be that 2-week trek across Chile. It could be something on your list that you really want to try, like visiting a winery in Napa, or taking that first pottery class. So, what is on your list that you keep putting off? I'm kicking off a special series of the Life Reimagined podcast to highlight some stories of women who are going after their next. So they're going to share their recommendations for something that needs to be on your list. And it's not a bucket list, it's a live it now list. Not for you to wait till you're 75 or 80, but something to do right now. And they're also going to share what they're working on their next. So hear from some of those in our community who launched their blog for the first time, which is so cool, or training for their first 5K, or launched their first art studio online so you can now purchase their art. So what is your next? Stay tuned over the coming weeks. Check out what some of our members are actually doing. Not just talking about, but actually doing. So today I'm with Denise, who's going to share how she loves to visit new places by bike. And she's going to share how anyone and everyone should have this on their Live It Now list. And then she's going to talk about her next, which is a really cool adventure she's got coming up in a few months. Finally, we're going to talk about how you can find her work and support her, and also learn from her. She's got a lot of great recommendations for us over 45. So check out Denise and check out Inspire Your Next. Let us know what's on your bucket list and what you're doing next.
Okay. So what is something on your bucket list, or something that you've experienced that you think should be on everybody else's bucket list that you've already completed, that you just love and think everyone needs to put it on their list?
Well, it's going to have to do with a bicycle, right?
That's good. I like it. I like it.
All right. So, and it's actually not a place per se. It's that I think everyone should ride their bicycle to a destination,
Okay.
from their home to a destination, or go park their car somewhere and ride to a destination. Because I think that it adds a whole new element to cycling, and it takes that workout exercise out of it. It becomes that joyful kid activity again. So that's the one thing I want everybody to bike tour. I want to see more people with panniers on the back, or bags on the back, or bags on the front, taking their bike to places.
No, I love that idea. And because you could do that anywhere too. And I
Yes.
love that even on one of your trips that you posted, and I think you either blogged or also had a video about where you were traveling for work. This is pre-pandemic, and that you were able to actually, add a little bike trip, a day or something.
Yeah.
Rented a bike and went for a ride. And I loved, as a part of your message, the statement that if you waited for somebody else to go with you, you might not have been able to do it. So you just went and did it on your own.
Yeah, absolutely. And I travel for work. So not right now. I don't travel for work. I normally travel for work. And so you kind of lose all the cities just mix together after a while, like every city you go to. And so I started just every city I would go to, I decided I was going to go explore that city in some way, whether it was going on a little brewery crawl, or riding my bike. I've even contacted bicycle people. When I was in Omaha, I got together with one of the bike club members, and she took me on a great ride around the city. I rented a bike and went around the city. It was so much fun. But the trip you were talking about was in San Diego. And that was I will say, do that, ride that coastline all the way to Cabrillo National Monument, because that view from up there, and you can do it because I did it on a cruiser bike. So if I can do it on a no
Yep.
gears, no
Yep.
speed, coaster brakes, got her bike, then anybody can do it. And actually, when I was up there, there was somebody giving tours. So there are a lot of people there that are doing tour, like, doing guide services as well. So if people aren't comfortable, they can use a guide service.
Yeah. I'm like you in that I've connected like with the Santa Rosa Biking Club and the Irvine
Mhm.
Club when I was traveling for work as well. And I loved it because you see a whole different perspective of the city.
Yeah, and a lot of times those cities have like social ride nights. Like I've been in Austin, and I've been in other cities where they have these awesome like weeknight rides where it's just, I mean, not right now, but usually hundreds of people out on their
Right.
bikes, just doing these amazing rides. I think what is it, on Mondays in Tucson, you can ride up to Mount Lemon, and there's no cars on it, like on Mondays or something. So I just think those are the moments that you want to grab.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. I'm trying to think if you had 2 or 3 recommendations, but I think you already included them because you said you can contact either the local club or a bike
Yeah,
shop. So, okay.
absolutely.
Okay. So then what is one thing that you're working on as part of your next?
Oh man, my next was actually supposed to be a 2020 next, but it got pushed to a 2021 next. Is I am doing the Gap and CNO trail, so the Great Allegheny Passage and the CNO rail. They're both rail trails, and it goes from Washington D.C. to Pittsburgh, or Pittsburgh to Washington D.C. And it's an
How many
amazing trail.
miles is that?
336, I believe.
Nice.
And I'm going
Nice.
to try to do it in 7 days. I mean, I could probably do it in less, but I'm not a speed demon. I like to cruise and chill. The great thing about these is because it's rail trails, you do not have steep inclines. So you do not have to worry about, you think you're going up and over the Appalachian Mountains. Well, you are, but you're going through tunnels and things. So
Yeah.
it's a lot easier because you're using the railroad line that was established many, many moons ago.
Nice. Is this part of Rails to Trails or is it just something
Yeah,
independent?
it is a rail to trail, and I actually
Nice.
love rail to trails, and I would recommend, if you're looking for a great vacation, rail trails are awesome because you do not have to touch traffic. You rarely cross roads. They usually, now the Gap and CNO, the reason why I like it is an older system, so it's already has every tourism element on there. So you have a lot of accommodation spots. Even have hiker biker campsites, which we'll do a mix of hiking, or we'll do a mix of campsites and Airbnbs and hotels. That's how
Okay.
we're going to kind of split it up. So I'm actually going to drive to Pittsburgh, hop on the Amtrak, take the Amtrak to DC, because you can, from Pittsburgh to DC, now this isn't all Amtrak, but from Pittsburgh to DC, you can roll on your bike. And it's very important because then I don't have to take my bicycle apart to go to DC. Because if you've ever bike toured and you have to get on airplanes and things, you have to take your bike apart and put it in a box. That's no fun. So
Nope.
I like driving to Pittsburgh and being able to roll on and roll back off and having all my gear right there with me. So it'll be fun.
Oh,
I'm
that's
really
very
excited
cool.
about it. And some of it's going to be solo and some of it will be with folks. It's just, whoever can take it that amount of time off of work to do those couple of days with me.
Oh, that's awesome. I love
Yeah.
the bike, so I love that as well. And I've not, I bike camp, like car camp, and we'll bike, places,
Mhm.
and also feel like I've seen so much of this country on my bike, which has been
Yeah.
fabulous. But I've never bike toured where I keep my camping gear on the bike and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Well, and see, and you don't have to. So the one thing that I love about it is you don't have to do that. Like you don't have to even have camping gear at all, anything, because most bike tourists are actually credit card tourists. So you see, they will just ride from city to city and stay at hotels, and a lot of times like with the Gap CNO, there are shuttle services. So even if you're staying in a hotel away from the trail, they're taking you and picking you back up. So it's pretty easy breezy. They make it so easy.
So is
to
there
do it.
one website or two sites that you typically go to as you're looking at other options or other bike routes?
So I like Rails to Trails,
Okay.
railstrails.org.
Okay.
And because you can find out all the rail trails that are around. And we also have the Great American Rail Trail coming up. So that is an exciting trail that will go 4,000 miles across the country. And it
Okay.
is already, I think they said like it's over 50% done. So it's like most of the east of the Mississippi is completed with some junctions in between.
Mhm.
And then once you get out west, it's a lot of, you have to try to connect those trails. But eventually there will be a connected path where you will not have to get off on the road at all to ride from the East Coast to the West Coast, which
Ooh, I did not know that.
I
That's
can't
pretty
wait.
cool.
Yeah. So Great American Rail Trail.
Okay.
And that you can just Google and it'll come up with all kinds of fun stuff. So you can see who's part of it and who's not.
Okay.
So yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Can you give me a 30, 60-second commercial about how our community can support you?
Oh man. Oh wow. Well, you could support me by checking out my YouTube. And I wish I were cool enough to be able to say youtube.com
I'm the
/
same way.
Denise
Yeah.
looking out, but I am not that cool yet. I do not have that many followers yet. But I can give you the link to that YouTube.
Yes.
But it is Denise looking out. And so if you type that into search, often comes up. So I have a lot of videos on cycling and even backpacking now. I just started backpacking and just adventure in general. I am definitely one that just wants to try new adventures, and so that's what that vlog is all about. It's all about exploring and doing new things, and there are a lot of ideas on trips and things, and even places around me in Louisville, Kentucky. So
I'm also really excited to share that we have a challenge coming up soon called Kickstart Your Bucket List. Shocking. So I get asked all the time, how do I come up with these cool ideas or how do I do it, right? So we're gonna walk you through the steps. We're gonna take 5 days, Monday through Friday. So watch for information or check the inspiringyournext.com website to register or get more info. But this will be the place to actually identify 1 to 2, 3 key things that you're going to take on in 2021 or in the next 12 months. We'll give you a little leeway. And then we're gonna walk through some planning steps to actually make it happen. So not just talk about it, but actually make it happen. So go visit the website and check us out and comment or contact me through the website if you have any questions. But we'd love to have you join us and really advance what you're going to do for your fun in 2021.